Welcome to My Peculiar Life. For those of you who know me well and have known me for years, you know that I had a webisode called My Peculiar Life when I was living on a small street in Brooklyn called Hope Street, which meant I was living on hope. I moved away and thought that my life wouldn't be peculiar anymore, but really, it got worse. In a good way. Welcome to my first podcast. And I just want to tell you about some of the weird things that happen in my life. Well, the first thing is crap that comes to me in the mail. I got a check from my insurance company. They refunded me $1.10. I have only 90 days. The check will be void if I don't get to the bank in a hurry. And it was dated December 7th, so, I better hurry. I got a crumpled up dollar and a nickel on the desk in front of me, so that means that drinks are on you. And the check is signed by Puts. Does anybody besides me remember the old days when a signature meant something? So anyway, that's the person at the bank. I think Puts. That's who signs the checks there. Or I'm not a bank, not a Progressive. So, thanks, Progressive. Then I went onto YouTube for my usual checking in and checking out, and the weirdest things come up. I don't know what the hell the algorithm is, but if this doesn't clue you in that I'm a little peculiar, I don't really think anything will. First thing I saw was, boy is mysteriously an antiquities expert, the ghost inside my child. Followed by doomsday glacier. Experts raise alarms about cracking Antarctic. I'm sure somewhere following that is a video about proper hamster care, a horoscope, and predictions for 2022, probably a Lifetime movie, and the weather report from 4 weeks ago. That's how it rolls. But what I want to tell you about is the thing that was really weird. It was really, really weird because I try to be practical. I try to think things through. I try to not get all mysteriously woo-woo, but I went to bed with all my doors locked, all one of them, to my apartment, which is not on Hope Street. I had a deadbolt, a chain, and a doorknob lock. And I went to bed on December 26th, and I fell asleep for a little while. I had taken some melatonin, and I felt like I had a cold, so I took a shot of NyQuil. And I was kind of restlessly in and out of sleep for maybe 3 or 4 hours, and then all of a sudden, at 1 or 2 or 3-ish even in the morning, I bolted awake. Like my eyes just popped open. And I felt like, now don't scoff, this is why it's peculiar, I felt like there was someone in the apartment with me. I live alone. Well, I live with Pixie and Fossy. Pixie the dog, Fossy the cat. But I live alone. But not only did I feel like somebody was in the apartment with me, I felt like it was menacing. I felt like it was a gruesome, horrible person or shadow or entity or specter, or maybe some portal had opened and there was this menacing, horrible energy or thing, and I couldn't move. And not because I was having sleep paralysis. I couldn't move because I was afraid if I moved I would roll over and see like this giant shadow like you see on all of the ghost story shows that I watch. But I hadn't watched one that night. So anyway, I was frozen in bed. I wasn't dreaming, and the reason I know I wasn't dreaming is because I was having little fluttery dreams in and out of sleep before that. And when I bolted awake, I could hear Pixie snoring in her crate, and Fossy was next to my head. And I was so scared because it felt like somebody broke into my home to slaughter, maim, kill, destroy, do something horrible. And I was panicked. And I knew that was impossible. I knew it was impossible. And so I just laid there in bed for a while, and then the terror passed, because then I did, say a little prayer for protection and a prayer to make sure I wasn't crazy. And I prayed for like a little white light to come down and keep me safe and protected. And then maybe 20 or 30 minutes later, I was like, okay, all right, we're all good here. I'm going to go back to sleep, which I did poorly, but I did go back to sleep. And then I got up in the morning. I just to make sure I wasn't crazy, I walked to the apartment door and everything was locked up just the way I left it. The dog was awake and spinning around in a circle, and it felt light and cheery and airy like it usually does, like my regular home. So that's it. That's how my life is peculiar this week. That's all. So be sure to tune in again because I have some good stuff lined up. We got a visit from some folks who live at the house of the hissing hamster. Nope, really true that the hamster hisses. And we'll have, it's my radical privilege to have Kendra Murray come on and do dramatic readings from the J. Peterman catalog. And then, I'm going to look at some swear words. But I'm not going to bleep anything out, so I'm just warning you now. If foul language offends you, don't listen. And that's it. So just be good, be fair, be kind, be loving, and leave this earth a little bit better than when you found it. Until next time, my peculiar life.